So if you're watching this video, my hope is that you've kind of went through the initial overview of our business model. And for some of you guys that go over the initial overview, this is the reaction that I get from you. You go, really? Like, does this really actually work? Or some of you look like this and roll your eyes at me. So what I wanted to do in this video was actually take you through a live project that's been going since 2009. Okay? And I'm going to show you data because there's one thing you can't fake, and that is time. So we're going to use the internet today. I just pulled up a note on my computer. It is January 31st, 2018 at 11:41 a.m. And again, we're going to cover this question of, does it actually work, so that we can take this skeptical Sally away from you and show you some real raw data. But first, I want to show you something that will help tie this all together before we jump in completely. So we're going to go over to Google and we're going to type in something really simple because I think this will make sense to you. What year did the first billboard go up? Okay? 1835. Now, I think, as you guys know, the only reason to put up a billboard is obviously a business is looking, in this case it was talking about the circus, they're looking to attract customers, which we can call leads, right? Because they need those customers to come into the circus, and they need the circus basically, the people at the circus to get paid by these leads buying a ticket. In 2018, here's what we see people using billboards for. You're driving down the road, and you want to get energy or an attorney or what have you, right? This is what billboards are used for. Now, people want to use billboards to advertise some sort of a way for the cars and the people that are passing by to give them a call, okay? Now, I'm going to rewind you guys back to 2009. Now, I will tell you this. I was just a few months late, and I didn't even know about Uber when they first launched, but this is a good niche to show you because it's actually no longer a great niche to be in because of Uber, and Uber's really proven this model better than anyone that I could show you. But my very first niche that I got into was actually the taxi business. And I said to myself, I'm going to build a taxi business, but I'm only going to own a phone number. Okay? I'm only going to own a phone number, and I'm going to take that phone number and I'm going to send that phone number to a taxi company that's hungry for leads. This is exactly right what Uber's doing now. They're taking the buyer that's looking for a ride, and they're sending that rider to the driver who has a vehicle that can drive them around, right? And they take a little sliver to deliver. Now, we're going to go over to a free Google Voice account that I set up, okay? Let me just pull this up here. I set this account up, so this is today, so we can't fake time. So this is Google Voice number. This is 1/31/2018. This is just 71 seconds ago a phone call came in, okay? But we're going to rewind here. We're going to rewind back to 2010. Okay, maybe I was a little later than I thought. I thought it was in 2009. We're going to rewind to 2010. So I was a year late. Okay, Uber beat me to the punch. But we're going to rewind here, and we're going to show you back in 2010 to 2011. This is when this number was set up in Google Voice. Up here, what you'll see is 6,200 pages of calls. So check this out. Every one of these pages, as I go back in time, it's 2010, we're just going to keep moving here. You're going to see every one of these pages is phone calls coming in that came through my phone number that I got. This is the phone number here. Please don't call it. It goes to a taxi business in the town. Okay? But every one of these calls is being sent in to a taxi line, and I'm letting the company that actually has the cars and the vehicles serve these clients, right? So as you can see, as I move through these, what I want to show you guys is that you can't fake this. You can't fake time and the amount of calls that are coming in. But what this is doing is this is illustrating the value that I brought to this small business in this town. This is showing you that over the course of from 2010 basically to 2018, that calls are being dropped in to this business. Okay, so now we're into 2012. Okay, this is like I said, 6,200 pages of calls that over the course of the last eight years we've been sending in to a small business. Okay. And for these calls, we're able to get a little sliver to deliver, or we're able to get a little rental amount, right? Now, like I said, taxis, because of the invent of Uber, are definitely not the niche, the profitable niche you probably want to go into now, 2018. But I want to show those skeptical people, those people that basically are going, well, I don't know if this actually would work. I'm not sure if you could even do this. This is the new billboard, right, of our time. This is the new way that people get in front of consumers, right? When someone is doing a search online, if they run into my phone number, right, like they have 71 seconds ago, or 39 minutes ago, or 84 minutes ago, when they run into my number, they simply call it. Now, of course, Google Voice, when I first started, was something that I could easily set up, and you can actually take from this video and go set up a Google Voice number if you want. It's free, by the way. You're only allowed one of them. So because of that, I was forced to kind of build my own tracking software that now runs my entire business. So I'm going to show you this right now. So I no longer use Google Voice, even though that's what I used back in the day, back in 2009, 2010 when I started in this space. I now use my own phone platform that's a lot smarter. I don't have to go through and do this and try to count up calls like I did in the past. Our software, which you get access to, runs it all for me. So I can say, hey, for every call that comes in, okay, I want to get $10, okay? And maybe I want to give some free ones out so they can try them. So I'm going to give away 10 free calls, 10 free leads per each invoice. And then for some of the email stuff that we do when a lead is submitted, maybe not through a phone number, I'm going to talk about that on the next video, but you can actually charge, I'm going to do $10 per email that comes through as well. And so what this will do, you can actually put the customer's card on file that you're working with. And so every call, like if we were to go back to this, if this was in my platform here, these would be $10, $10, $10, $10. So as you can see, let's get into the middle of the night here. Okay, let's go back. We can just go to this page. Let's see here. So we're at, let's go into the middle of the night. This is one of my favorite things. So 12:52 or 11:54 a.m. I might have been sleeping, but yet as that call comes in, I'm getting the credit for it. I'm getting paid for this, right? So we can see at 2:52, I'm sleeping, but the internet is not. And while people are doing searches on the internet, they're running into my phone number right here somewhere, right? It's not just through a website. Right, that's one of the misconceptions is it's just only through a website. We teach you, we want to get this phone number splattered across the web in as many different channels, and we have some incredible strategies that we show you. But I, more than anything, wanted to show you proof from my very first project, which as of today, as of a few seconds ago, is still getting phone calls. Guys, this is an incredible business model. We have some incredible tools for you. So this is interesting. So obviously you wouldn't get $10 for a taxi call, right? And I don't actually recommend you going into the taxi space. But if you were getting, 2,000 leads a month like I was in that space, right? And this calculator, one second, I'm going to put in average ticket of a taxi ride, which is $16. Okay, margins are high, right, in taxi space, but what have you. Let's see here. This gives you an idea of what a lead is worth and what this site could be able to be generating you on a flat fee. I actually generated $3,100 a month from this site, but this you can kind of play with this. If you want to go to whatisaleadworth.com, you can kind of test what local leads are valued at, right? So you can put the average ticket. If it's a carpet cleaner, let's say, average ticket's $140. Maybe you're only going to get 50 leads a month from your tracking phone number. We want to work on the close rate of the business owner. So maybe the close rate is really bad. Maybe they're horrible at closing, or maybe they tell you, hey, we close 50% of the calls that we get, right? So this will break down what one of these properties that's only generating maybe 50 leads a month based on a $140 ticket. You can kind of play around with this. We have some training on how to use this, but this helps with pricing, and this is something you can use to show the business owners when you start working with them. But the proof of this video was really to show you a project that's been in production since 2010, to show you the proof and the understanding that this absolutely does work, okay? So that's what I got for you guys. Obviously, pay attention to your emails. We will be sending you more emails with more case studies just like this, where you can check out projects that have been around for close to a decade, that's been bringing us in mailbox money month in, month out from years to come, just like rental properties, right? These are just like rental properties. They're just web. It's just no different, right, than these billboards, right? These billboards are being rented out by this attorney, by this SaveOnThisEnergy.com. They're being rented for a certain fee per month. They're not being rented because they like the billboard. They're being rented because they know that they're going to get phone calls, hopefully, from this from this number that they put up there. The same thing is true on the web. If you can get a phone to ring, that's the value that the business owner is looking for. They want those calls. Okay, that is why they advertise. That is why advertising or billboards have been up since 1835, right? There's a value to them. I think we're in a new way of doing business, though, and I think that the internet has really leveled the playing field where guys and gals like you and I can actually put these digital billboards up, these digital pieces of real estate up, and use them to generate phone calls, just like you're seeing in this right over here, 13 minutes ago now. Oh, that's wild. Oh, look at that. You're able to use these digital billboards to generate phone calls for these different businesses and take a little sliver to deliver. So hopefully you like this video. Hopefully this kind of hammers the point home of how lucrative a skill set like this would be to have. Man, like I said, we're going to have more